my gosh. Good morning, Jamlee. Probably can't even see me. Hold on. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. You guys ready? Hold on. This may not work. There we go. Guess what I didn't do before I went to bed last night? I did not set up my coffee pot. But late start. I'm not even kidding. What a late start. Danny just woke up. So, you guys, I'm going to show you a couple things that we did. But, oh my gosh, I'm not even awake yet. So it means I gotta actually do the whole thing of coffee. Like, I gotta set the whole thing up. So, let's get ourselves started. For the morning, Danny did not get up at 6 o'clock like she usually does. So I ended up sleeping in. I just woke up probably like 10 minutes ago. So I said, you know what, I may look rough, but let's start this morning together. You guys, I'm still in my shirt from yesterday. All right, let's do this one because I have to use the ladies' room. So, you guys ready? All right. Oh, gosh. My hair is a wreck. Oh, you like my fan that's up here? That doesn't seem to blow like any actual air. Oh, I still have lines on my face from my pillow. Must have been sleeping pretty good. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go let the pup out and use the ladies' room. We call it a ladies' room because there's just us ladies. Alright. You guys, hold on. Everybody ready to go outside? I think everybody's ready to go outside. Hold on, guys. Watch your booties. Watch your booties. Hold on. Danny, don't scratch at that. Alright, everybody out. Alright, hold on, guys. Doggos are outside, so hold on a second. Oh, wow, that air is so nice. Be right back. Alright. We got a couple things we gotta do before we start anything. Hold on. You guys can't even see me, so. First things first. Oh no! Danny! No! Denali! Drop it! I don't know how she got that. She had to have gotten it from in here. No! How did you get that? No, 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 no. Where's... Oh no! Danny! Oh my god, we already started this morning. Hold on, guys. Where's the other one? Oh. Really? I don't even know how you manage that, but okay. Oh. I think I figured out how to fix the whatever you call it, this thing down here. Because yesterday, you guys, we got the screen, and right now the way it's set up, flies are gonna get in here no matter what because this isn't set right. So I have a small sewing kit. I'm gonna clip this thing right where the little divider piece is. I'm going to realign this and sew it together so at least these ends will line up with the wall. We can't really do much about this because they have the edge sewn, but they don't, like, this is where the Velcros are, they're sewn in. So there's no way to adjust this piece. So what we're gonna do is just nick this in the center, overlap it, and sew it. So that's what I'm gonna do. You guys, my hair is an absolute disaster. I need to brush it. 2, we need coffee. And Danny had such a late start this morning. I'm not gonna go run. That's what happens when you eat stuff you're not supposed to eat. Yeah, that's exactly what happens when you do that. I went out to see if they had any of the, what Allie and I talked about yesterday was the basket muzzle. If you guys don't know what a basket muzzle is, you see them like in movies and stuff. They're meant for going on a dog. They're a muzzle. But they don't prevent them from opening their mouths, like drinking water, because it's a basket. So it's like a basket enclosed thing. It's got holes about yay big, maybe a little bit bigger on some of them. But anyway, they're made so that the dog can still drink water, still open their mouth to pant. But it prevents them from, a lot of people think that they're used mostly for like dogs that bite. You definitely use them for dogs that bite. Now the vet won't use those. The vet will use an actual muzzle when they have a dog that bites, which actually closes the dog's jaw and straps it to the face. So that way the dog can't bite a worker. But the basket muzzle, you can use it for, say, if you are someone who does have an aggressive dog that you want to keep other people safe when you take the dog for a walk or whatnot. It can't maul another dog with its teeth. But it also is a great training tool for pups like Danny, who keeps eating things that are not supposed to. So Danny has eaten 2 rocks as of now. And she just ate the bottom of my shoe. He just pooped on the blanket. Really, Tomps? So you pooped on the blanket? Oh boy. So now I don't have a pair, well, I have a pair of shower shoes. I'm going to grab the other ones, but Danny got into my shower bag. The shower bags were tucked away. She proceeded to rip a hole in my shower bag. So now I've got to get a new shower bag, which had my shower shoes in them. So give me a second. Gotta do, poop duty. 1 second. Right back. Someone went under the table. Okay. I don't know which one went under the table, but we're back. Did it actually snap? So today we're going to limit space. For some reason when I come back in, it stops. Okay, now let's do coffee. Like always. Guys, I found out something yesterday. Our here at this park, because of everything that's going on, our stays, like if you're not able to book in another location or whatnot, like usually here you can't, after starting in May, you can only book like week for week because that's when the summer holidays and all that hit. But because of everything that's going on, we're guaranteed that we're allowed to book 6 months, 6 whole months. So we can actually book out 6 months of stay time. So that was fun to find out. So I'm actually gonna probably go ahead and go online. And I told her, I said, if we really like Space 82, can we keep Space 82? And she goes, you come up here to the office and we will make sure that we space you in for Space 82. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna go in, we're gonna go online and we're gonna just space it, like book it out for 6 months. We've already been here a month, so it would be another 5 months out, so 4 more months, because right now we're already here 1 month. This month for April will be a second month, so we can book 4 more months out, just to be safe, because I don't know when this thing's gonna end, and we don't know when they're gonna open up bookings again for like Big Bear and stuff. So I think until everything settles down and we know exactly what's going on and what everybody's doing, I think the best thing to do is just stay put. So I think that's the smart thing to do. This way also Taylor doesn't have to worry about whether or not we're gonna be in this area when he does get to leave the base. But also cross your fingers, guys, that Taylor will get the job. He has someone that's helping him look at a position with a friend. A friend's father runs something, and so they let them know that Taylor's, you know, a really hard worker, and it would be one, if he gets this job, it's a huge position. Like it's a good job. He could be doing that, and I'm not gonna hold out any hopes on it, but he could be doing that job, but also taking some classes. He needs to do his prerequisites if he's going to go to college, but we'll see. So if that's the case, he could do that and really be doing good. Oh, you guys, I need coffee. I'm dragging. We don't have a lid. Alright. Move this stuff so we can make it. Why are you being so complicated? Just turn over. There you go. Hello. Sorry, guys. I just need the coffee pot forward. This is why you should. This is why you should do what you're supposed to do before you go to bed. I am not brain functioning enough to do this. Coffee on. I'm sorry if that's really loud, but we have the AC on. Coffee pot going. Slide you in place. All right, and Folgers, black silk. This one right here is not black silk because they were all out of black silk, so I got the Colombian roast, which is the same. It's the same as the classic roast, just it's not a dark roasted coffee, which I'm kind of bummed about because I really like a really dark roasted coffee. You guys, let me grab a hair tie or something. My hair is gonna drive me crazy. It's just like frizzing out and stuff. Grab a hair tie. Right back. All right. Really? There's already one. How did one get in here? No, Danny. Off. Off. Ow. You guys can be outside for a while. You guys do not need to come barreling in here for no reason. It is nice out there. You're in the shade, you've got your water, you've got a nice cushy spot to lay down. You guys are fine for right now. You guys, I'm not really a fan of throwing my hair up like this first thing in the morning because I haven't really brushed it yet. I need to, probably going to straighten it today, take a straightener to it. Might be a little bit more manageable. I am so tired. Oh, and the other day I was like, we'll just go put the toaster oven and stuff, the convection oven over in storage, right? I was like, we don't have a toaster here. So, I'm going to take the, stop it. I'm going to take the convection oven over to the storage unit and grab the toaster. Because we have bagels that I like to toast. And we don't have a toaster here to toast the bagels in without the toaster. So the convection oven is going to go back. We're going to take that to storage. We're going to grab the toaster. This way we at least have these things like in storage. I did find a spot on the RV where I can now store the 5-gallon propane tank. So the propane guy is going to be here today. He's actually coming for somebody else, but because he is coming, she went ahead and said, well, if you're going to be here, will you take another person? And he said, I'm already going to be there. So yeah, so it wasn't like advertised to everybody. I was outside getting everything set up, and the other guy is the one that was like, well, I have the propane guy coming out here because we had to fix my tank. So he had to come drain my tank when he was here last, which was just this past week. He drained the guy's tank, so he took the propane out of the tank, and so they need propane back in it now that their tank is fixed. So I was like, well, that's awesome, because the same guy that fixed his tank was also the guy that tested mine. So that was a plus. So the cool part is we're gonna have propane today, like in the big tank. So we'll have that all connected up today. We'll put the 5 up and underneath the storage. There's a storage compartment behind the driver's seat over here, and the good part is it has got a big metal slide out tray. You set the tank on there and you slide that tray back in, because I learned something new that I never knew, which is you should never ever ever put a propane tank, oh, that's steaming up nice. You should never put a propane tank come on, in a car, like in your vehicle, without something metal to set it on top of. I didn't know that. That's new information for me. So we won't do that again. But I do have a metal slide tray. So the cool part is that metal slide tray can come out if I needed to take and exchange that smaller propane tank. I can set that metal tray in the back of my car and bungee the propane tank to that. So yeah, that was a whole mouthful, sorry. But yeah, coffee, you guys, coffee. Oh, and by the way, yesterday it was hot enough out that our shower in here was hot. Like the water was coming out room temperature, so to speak, a little bit warmer than room temperature actually. So I took a shower in here yesterday, in our shower, and I loved it. It was nice. So, coffee mug. It says she believed she could, so she did. Let's get this day started. What do we want creamer wise? I know I shouldn't be drinking any more creamer. But I have hazelnut, I have caramel macchiato, and I have cinnamon cream. Let's do cinnamon cream. Cinnamon cream it is. No sugar. You guys, it's so weird not having neighbors right now. Like my neighbors, they came over to say goodbye to us last night before they left. But they're gone. My neighbors is gone. Which one of you went poop again? No, Danny, head out of here. No. Denali. Oh my gosh, puppy. Come on now. But I gotta go clean that up now. One of them just went to the bathroom again. So you guys, though, she's gonna walk right in it. So yep, our neighbors right here are gone. It's like the whole park is now like, it looks so empty in here. But so yeah, they're gone. I'm kind of sad too, because we all kind of sat out here and hung out together. These people are brand new that just got here. This guy right here, like this guy right here, he's packing up to leave. He was just draining everything. As you can see, there's a whole water mess out here. That guy right there just got here. The other guy that was there left. So that guy left yesterday. And now the other guy next to him, the guy right next to him, the first guy I pointed out, no, Tonks. The first guy I pointed out, his truck is so loud. Like, you hear him coming from way down the road when he shows back up. And then he proceeds to pull around our RV through the space next to us and comes around so that it rattles our whole RV. Coffee. That's why I like that black silk. That black silk coffee is like everything. Oh my goodness. So how's everybody else's morning going? It's a start, right? Ooh, that's hot. So today, because I have, what do you call it? Hold on. They're going again. Let me pick this up before somebody steps in it. Ow! Smacked my toe on that. Okay. Let me grab something, you guys. Let's do this. Oh, by the way, I have to tell you guys some pretty funny stuff, okay? But I don't have what I thought I had. I don't have it here with me. It is back at the storage unit. But I do have heavy duty actual super glue. So that's what we gonna do. If I can figure this out. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm afraid this is probably going to burn the fabric, because it will. But we've got to figure out lining this up, because of the fact that if I don't, they're just going to keep, it's just not going to set where it's supposed to. So we got to kind of cut this and then reline them up so that way they'll stay at the bottom. But straight across so the flies quit coming in through the side. Oh, wow. She is... No. She's covered in dirt again. Because that's what puppies do. Danny! Stop! Holy moly, you just knocked the whole gate sideways. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You guys, okay, come on down here. I don't know if that's even gonna work. Put you guys right here. Here. No, that's not gonna work either. Hold on a second. Ow. Man. Definitely not the sturdiest person in the world. All right. Come on. Guys, come down here with us. Okay. We're gonna try this But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Stop. Oh, girl. Quit it. So if we just bend that. Is that going to work if I cut it there and overlap those? Yes. Because that already has those weights in there. So this may not work. Right about there. Like I said, this is probably not going to work, but I got to try something at this point because this isn't working. Ah, now it's all over my hands. I knew that was going to happen. You guys. Oh, Tonk's going to get mad at her. He is not one for messing around. Well, it's all over my finger, like, not even joking. And that didn't stick together at all. So, I guess we're just going to kind of wait that out for a minute, maybe? That's going to be fun to get off. It's all in my finger, you guys. Easy. Easy. No. Danny. No. That is going to go like that. Okay, so then this one needs to overlap even further. Hope that that seals together right there, so we can do the second one. Oh, it is all over my finger. This time around, I'm actually laying it down like this one is. Because this has to overlap from right there. This has to be lined up right here. Hey, stop it. This one's got to go all the way through there. Alright, that's that tube gone, which is fine with me, you guys. It's fine with me. Hi, Chris. How are you? Alright. If this works out, then I'm going to be a happy camper. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And then I just have to sew it together. Go get the sewing kit. For now, I'm just hoping that that will work. Whoop! I almost dropped you guys. Now I just got to keep the dogs from coming rushing in here right now. Alright. And yes, I am wearing the shirt I wore yesterday, so I don't want to hear nothing from anybody. I just got up. I did not put pajamas on last night. I laid down and I crashed out. I have to watch Danny because she's going to come flying through those doors. Stop. You guys don't need to get mean with each other. No, you guys don't need to do that. Step on top of those. Step on top of those and hold them together. Oh, my coffee. I want coffee. Give me my coffee. Yeah, coffee. I'm kind of doing a DIY project for the morning. I'm not going out there because, yeah. Oh, you guys. Okay. This is going to be directed at men. Oh, you guys, I want it washed out. So I'm gonna direct this strictly at men. If you see a woman out and she's walking or she's talking to someone or whatnot, it is not okay. Absolutely not okay to make sexual comments towards her body. I can just say though, I'm extremely proud of several of the people here in this park that I've never even met before. Good morning, Tiffany. But I was down at the office yesterday getting quarters to go use the dishwasher. The wash machine, clothing washer. And this guy pulled up. I was wearing jean shorts that come to mid-thigh and this shirt that I'm wearing right now. And I walked down there with Danny. And so Danny and I took our walk, went down there, and he pulls up and he says, "Ooh, giving me a nice little peep show of that ass." Was his comment to me. And I turned around and I looked at him, and the lady at the window, the office window, said, "Excuse me?" And I turned and looked down and I was like, "Excuse me?" And he giggles and he goes, it's a good show. It's okay. And I was like, what? So just, at that point, just kind of whatever, brush him off. So I start walking back with Danny. And I get over to the park area where it's the partial hookup, so water and electric, but no sewage hookup. And I'm walking with Danny right there. She wants to play in the grass for a minute. And so the other people are sitting outside at their RVs. There's two of them. And so we strike up a conversation of, "Hi, how are you doing today?" And it's beautiful out, whatnot. And the guy comes through the gate, right? And he pulls up next to me. And he goes, "What an amazing day. I get a second peep show of that ass," like that to me. And the lady that was sitting out there and the guy of the other RV, they just look over, and I was like, you know what? That's really disgusting. And I was very vulgar with him, by the way. Cussed him out for being so disgusting. And the guy told him, "Why don't you just keep driving and you leave people alone?" And the lady's like, "That's just absolutely disrespectful." And then he proceeds to say, hey, 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 whoa, whoa. I was just kidding. It's just me messing around. You're absolutely beautiful. So you're gorgeous, girl. Don't be afraid to have somebody tell you just how amazing that you are. And I was like, that's not telling someone they're amazing. One, that's objectifying someone's body, and that's not okay. Two, I said, you are absolutely disgusting. You don't know me, and you're making comments about my body. Keep driving. So he drove off. But he tried to justify doing that. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So I go with Sarah, and we're gonna go look at our space, and we see where he's staying. He's way up on the other end, but he's got a massive, huge fifth wheel, like huge. So I'm guessing they're toy hauling his vehicle, because they had a massive truck as well with his vehicle sitting out there, because he was driving a smaller, like sort of kind of like my car, small, well, you can't even see my car, kind of like my car, like a smaller hatchback style car. So just don't do that, guys. Like, please don't do that to people, because it's really rude. Like, it's really rude. I know there are people out there who think it's funny, or, oh, they were just being silly and whatnot. It's not. It's really not. It's just rude. And it kind of makes you feel kind of gross. So just don't do it. All right, let's see if I got these things dry enough. Okay. Let's see if these are dry enough. No, get your nose out of the way, ma'am. No, nose back. Go, Godric, you know better. Shh, come here. Godric. What'd I say? What'd I say? Danny, stop barking at people. You guys, really? Really? You gotta let people walk with their pups. Like, they have to. There's no other choice. Like, they have to be able to walk their puppers. Godric. No. Godric. No. Oh my God. We're gonna end up with flies in here, no matter which way we do this. Look. Stop. It's all right. Don't chew that. You've already destroyed the first one. No. Danny. Something tells me that is not going to pop back together. All right. It's definitely not. Really, thing. Now, every fly in the neighborhood is still going to come in here. It didn't work. So I have to redo it, because that's not going to work. So I have to, like, pull it apart and pull them tighter together, because that's not working. Yeah. I think I can get this side pulled tighter together. I have to get the other thing of super glue out. Oh, did I forget? I'm an idiot. Where'd that thing go? I kind of need that part. I don't think there was a second one, is there? Because there's a second one, that'd be great. Because the other one is really simple. Maybe there is, and maybe there isn't, because I can't find it. Yeah, there is, right here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I can throw that away. The part is with these ones, guys, you don't have to poke anything. You just turn the new cap on there, and it does the work for you to break it off in there. Okay. Now, here's going to be the fun part. I don't know if I can pull this apart after supporting it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to cut that slightly more. Hey, no. Come here. I said no. Danny. Danny. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time. You guys, sometimes it takes me a couple tries. Now I have a finger that is literally super glued. So, it says, how are you doing with this thing, with it going to be? We're actually doing pretty good. We are pretty much staying put here at the RV park. We've only gone like when we needed to. Super glue stuck to my nail. So we've only done 2 shopping trips to get shopping stuff done, like groceries. And then, Danny, no eating rock. Denali. Psst. Little goober. You have to like distract her and she drops it. So that's the good part, is we're able to, like, as soon as she starts doing it, I'm able to get her stopped. Denali. No. But yeah, so today I've got to take apart this one gate so that we can put it up. Shorten the yard for right now. Yeah, I knew what you were trying to say, sweetheart. So we've, like I said, we're doing good in here. I've been doing like small home improvement type things. We finally went and got a net for the door. For now, it's like one of those screen, magic screen thingy majiggies, but this one doesn't work very well. I'm kind of irritated with it slightly because it's, I don't know. It just, the way they sewed it together didn't give you an option of 2 separate panels to like shorten or sew or whatnot. It's all already sewn together. Like the center here is already sewn together, so you can't really like do anything with it.
The good part I like about this though is it did come with this rod and then Velcro on the side, so you can actually take this down when need be. I'm literally standing on the heavy stuff that's down in the bottom. It'll probably be loud for a while in here. I'm using the air conditioning unit. Can I just say how much I am in love with this thing? It was $90. It has a small compressor in it. It blows the coldest air I think I have felt in forever. And now we have a way, and this adjusts, so you can face this like how we have right now, upwards, so that the air will hit the ceiling and circulate down. And then we will figure out how to get the fan on that fixed, because right now the fan on that refuses to turn. We've done WD-40 on it. We've checked everything on it. The motor is trying its darndest to turn it, but it just, every now and again the fan will, and then it'll spin a little bit. We've hand spun it, and now it's hand spinning nice and freely, right? Like it's hand spinning really well. Before you couldn't even get it to spin. Like it was so locked in place you couldn't get it moved. It took a long while. Like it took a good hour or more of spraying it, whatnot, and turning it to get it finally to loosen up. So I'm not exactly sure what happened or why it seized up like it did. Wasn't even running for like, I think we turned it on and it ran for probably like 35 minutes and then it seized up. So I don't know what happened. But I can tell you it was fairly annoying. But we're gonna put, hopefully, cross your fingers, we're gonna put $20 in propane in here today. It's almost $4 per gallon of propane. So we should be able to get at least 5 or more gallons of propane into it for today, because I pulled $20 and he only takes cash, and so I only had $20 on hand. So we'll do that. But yeah, so that's what we got. I'm not going all the way out in town to the ATM just to get money out. So I was like, well, we got $20 on hand. He's going to be here. Let's go ahead and throw $20 in propane into the tank. So we'll do that. Yes, we should get roughly 5, almost 6 gallons. Almost 6 gallons of propane, because it's like $3.60 a gallon. So we're going to do that. And we shall see. We shall see. So, you guys, I'm so tired. Danny did have one of her regular nights last night. She slept so good the night before. And then last night, she just was not having it. She was up at 1 o'clock. Could not get her back to sleep for quite a while. Then she was up again at roughly 3:30 this time. So she pushed her 3 o'clock wake up to 3:30. But then she did sleep. After she got back in and I got her settled down, she went back to sleep roughly just after 4. She ended up sleeping past 6 o'clock. Usually she's up no later than 6:10. Like literally like clockwork. She's so like clockwork that I even wake up before she does now. Because my body has gotten in that rhythm. Well, I woke up and she wasn't awake. And I'm like, I'm not waking her up. I'm not. Like they always tell you, don't wake up a sleeping baby. I'm not. So I let her stay asleep and I dozed back off. And then she woke up at 7:05. So an hour past her normal time. I was thankful for it, let me tell you what. But I did not sleep well last night. So exhausting. Like I said, I didn't expect that her little longer naps and stuff, for 2 days straight, she took almost an hour and a half, like hour and 45 minute naps for 2 days straight, where she would come in 10 o'clock and she would sleep. And then she wouldn't even get back. Like normally she'd go in her kennel at 10 o'clock, she'd sleep 45 minutes, and then she's up again ready to go. And then I put her back in the kennel again around 3 o'clock. And I make her take another 45-minute nap, because it was usually 45. But for 2 days straight, she slept an hour and a half to hour 45 minutes on both naps each day. Then yesterday it was back to the 45-minute naps. So I was like, I know this isn't going to last. One, she's going through a growth spurt, which she did. She gained 5 pounds in a week. Crazy. Super crazy. So I expect that she's going to slightly slow down a little bit. She's going to go back to her normal routine, and then she's going to hit another growth spurt. So she should still continue to grow about 1 pound a week. Maybe a little bit more depending on her and what her body size is going to be. But she's definitely not a tiny dog. She's not going to be a little dog. But yeah, so let's see if this thing worked, okay? And I really do need to pick this glue off my finger. Hold on. Is that really going to be all funky? I'd rather it be a little bit funky right there than a whole bunch of attitude. I know what I did. I did that for that reason. I should have done it the other way. So now what I gotta do, I gotta figure out a way to tuck that on the sides. Am I able to? Yay or nay? I have some of that weird stuff that I probably tuck on the side here. No, leave it. Tonks. No, no, no. Every time somebody walks past, Danny starts barking. So, Godric isn't even our problem anymore. It's Danny who barks at everything now. Whenever they walk past or a dog walks past, she gets out there and goes nuts. So, today though, Today we are going to shrink the dog yard area so I can start folding up the big pieces that need to be folded up. I've got a couple things I gotta go take down to the dumpster. We have our little outdoor table. Can I just say that I made the massive mistake of that outdoor table being left outside in the rain? Because the rain, somehow or rather, made it through the leather of the table and buckled the table. So we're going to toss that because, you know, it's gross. Come on, guys. Come on. I think it's so funny how every time Godric runs into the side of it. Good job. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this thing out because it's not lining up. So it's not snapping back together. Danny, come here. Come on, get in here. Lay down. Get in here and lay down. Because I gotta take that down. Oh my goodness. She's literally, I'm not even kidding. She's such a spaz. I don't care what anybody else says. My puppy's a spaz. Hold on. Go lay down. Go on. You're over there. Set it like that for now. Want her to stay in here. We got the guys out here getting ready to start doing the yard maintenance of the people that just left. So Okay, I have to be really careful because that's actually painful on the skin. No, Denali. Ooh. I'm gonna have to look up how to get super glue off the skin. Because some of that is like trying to take skin with it. Danny, ma'am. You already tore up one shower bag. Let's not tear up another. Sarah would lose her noodle if that dog tore up her shower bag. No, don't wake up, sister. She's gonna need another bath. I've been trying to stretch her baths out. Denali, get off. Been trying to stretch her baths out about 4 or 5 days apart, unless she absolutely needs it, like the other day. So we're getting close to needing another bath because she goes out there and she rolls in the dirt for some reason, and I'm almost certain it's because, of course, this dirt and stuff usually has RVs parked on it. Has like, I don't know, something in the dirt. I'm gonna think it's like maybe motor oil or whatever. But she rolls around in this dirt and it gets this black dust all over her fur. As she plays around and stuff, it comes off, but it leaves her fur looking very gray instead of white. And then over 4 days, 4 or 5 days, next thing you know, she's very filthy looking, like disgusting looking, like she is right now. So she's definitely going to need a bath here fairly soon. Oh boy, that is not a pleasant sensation getting that off of there. Have you ever gotten like Elmer's glue on your fingers or whatnot, and you peel that off? That's a pretty cool feeling, right? Like we used to do that when we were kids in school. Being bored, we'd just put glue on our fingers and let it dry and play around with it. Super glue is not like that. There is nothing fun about super glue getting stuck to your fingers. This isn't even nail glue. Nail glue is easy to get off. So if anybody ever doubts like why their little press-on nails don't work with the little nail glue, I use nail glue, I use super glue. That's not super glue. That's super glue. Nail glue and super glue are two totally different things. Now, when you go to the salon, like when you go to the nail salon, they use super glue. They don't use the little nail glue that you buy at the store in the nail department. That's why acrylic nails stay on so well. They don't just stay on because of the super glue, they also stay on because of the actual acrylic on your nail bed. But super glue plays a big part in that, keeping the front part on while they do all their work. Okay, you really got to come off of there. Piece, like it's right in the little crease of my finger. Ow! I just need it out of the crease, that's all. So I don't know what time the guy is coming for propane. So we shall see. But it'll be nice to have that before we move to the other spot. I'm really looking forward to being at the other spot. One, we're going to be facing the opposite direction. So the cab area where my bed is will no longer be in the hottest point of the day facing the sun. Having the sun hitting it. Danny, ma'am, excuse you, what are you being so destructive for? You've been that way all day today. What is going on with you? Stop it. Lay down. You need to relax. Holy moly. Ew. I would normally let her just run around outside, but the guy over here is doing a cleanup, which is why I moved us this direction. But he's doing a cleanup of the yards over here because the other people left. That's the one thing I give these guys credit for. They come out here after, like the morning after somebody leaves, and before the next people get into space, they come out and they do a full cleanup. they'll come out, and if the grass is overgrown or whatnot, they'll mow it. They'll clean the benches off. They're doing like they put stuff like that they put down on the ground. No, get down. They put stuff on the ground because if you've had pets there, they make sure they put that. I also use that same stuff that they use on our ground. It helps. Danny, what are you doing, ma'am? Don't look at me with a winky eye. No. Normally she'd be outside running around right now, but can't have her outside running around right now, and I can't give her a toy in here to play with because then her and Godric will do the whole fight over the toy thing, and then next thing I know we'll have them beating each other up in here, and it's too small of a space to be getting worked up, and she's a big dog. So, no. I just want it to come off my finger. But yeah, these guys are really cool because they come out here, and each space they go through it and they do a full cleanup of the ground. They rake it all up, which is what I've been doing. I've been just keeping mine raked and then sprinkling the stuff out there and then raking it again. And it's a liquid stuff, by the way, if you guys are wondering. It gets the ground kind of saturated, and then you rake everything up and it gets down in the dirt. It keeps, like a lot of kennels will use this same stuff. Like if you go to like a shelter or whatnot, they use this same chemical on the grounds there. It kind of helps prevent like the spread of parvo and stuff like that. I mean, parvo's parvo. It's devastating and it's nasty, and you try to do all you can, but sometimes you just don't get it all, you know what I mean? But yeah, they try to keep all that and prevent that from happening. So it's the same chemical. You just dump it on the floors in your yard and stuff like that to keep it all cleaned up. Danny, no. I'm gonna have to set her in her kennel. You guys, she's now ripping the carpet. So she's definitely a dog that has to be busy. You can't give her, like I'm trying to make her have some downtime and make her sit down and not mess with stuff. She has to learn how to do that at some point, so we have to kind of do it in small spurts. So they're still working. Do it in small spurts, so I have to whatever you call it. It has to be done though, because she has to learn that sometimes it's not about her wanting to be destructive or tear stuff up or be actively doing something. Sometimes they have to learn to sit and stay and wait, because sometimes you need them to. So just like when you go to the vet with them, you need them to be able to listen and sit and let the vet work on them. Danny hasn't gone many places yet because she hadn't been vaccinated yet, so she's all fully vaccinated now. She's ready to go. Speaking of which, I have her very cute puppy card. So this is her canine shot records. So yeah, but she's all ready to go. So she's got all her vaccines done. And then her weight checks and stuff are also on here. So, which is awesome. It's crazy to think that she's 31 pounds already. I haven't even weighed her today yet, so, but I don't want to go all the way down to the scale right now. But, ow. There's a nice little scale, by the way, if you guys are wondering, in the one place down there. It's one of like the doctor scales or whatnot, with the weight things on it. So I go down there and I take my weight, and then I pick up Danny and I take the weight again, and then I subtract my weight from the weight with her, holding her, and that's how we do her measurements right now. That's not the most reliable, so I always usually within 1 or 2 pounds of that measurement. So I always just go with the lower number. It could possibly be the higher number, but I always just go with the lower number, just to be, because she's wiggly and stuff like that. So, and she's freaking heavy to pick up. Okay, that's gonna work for the moment, because at least now it's not in the crease of my finger. because that was actually a little painful having it stuck in the crease. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that that was actually glue. There we go. Ta-da, for now, and then I will search up how to get the rest of that off of there. Oh, okay, squeaky. No, no, you're not going over there. Danny, go lay down. Go on. Go over there. Go lay down with everybody else. Get over there. Lay down. Right here. Lay down. Thank you. Stay. I love that she does have the commands. Like, I can tell her to lay down. And she does lay down. No. Stay. Still here, I just wasn't able to talk for a while. Leaving the house hasn't. Oh, okay. No problem. I can see, like, it tells me that there's people watching. I need to put these things away so I don't lose that. Oh. Anna. You can just set your booty in there. There you go. But it was really nice, you guys, last night getting to cook on my stove. He's gonna try to trim that tree thing right there. But I have to give the guys around here absolute mad props. One, they're really big about the social distancing, which is really good. I also have to say the people at like Home Depot and Walmart out here have done something pretty cool. If you go in their stores, they probably are doing this everywhere, but Walmart has little posts that are made that are all Walmart detailed, that are spaced 6 feet apart. And so when you're walking around the store, you have to stay 6 feet apart. So if you get to the line, you have to stay in one of those, you have to stand one of those squares. You can't proceed past that square, and you can't be backing up. So, and they're really strict about it. Same thing at Home Depot. They have these areas around each register like squared off. Excuse me. If one of the workers comes up to help you out, this is why you shouldn't drink creamer. If one of the workers comes to help you out, you have to step just outside that square so that they can work within it. So it's really, really cool. But we made spaghetti and garlic toast last night with the inside oven and stuff. And I just have to say, I'm super, super happy that I could cook on my stove. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some work on this thing because I'm really not happy with it, like at all. Like at all. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I just don't know what they were thinking by sewing the center. Like, I thought it was going to be 2 separate panels that we could adjust, and it's not. It's all one panel with a split down the middle that's overlapped by about this much and doesn't have enough weight at the bottom of it to really pull the magnets back together. So I'm gonna have to keep dorking with it. I may end up just taking that completely apart and cutting them, like cutting the actual panels, because they're just not, it's really just not going to work like that. Excuse you. Get back over there and lay down. Get over there. No. No. Thank you. So, have to push her by her butt so she goes back where I want her. She's learning, like you guys, she is learning, and that's the part that I like, is that I do see more progress out of her, and I do know she is extremely treat driven. So if you've got treats, you've got Danny's attention, and she's not toy driven. Like, she loves her toys. Like, she loves playing with toys and whatnot. But she is absolutely treat driven. So that's a good thing to know about her. Like, that's a really good thing to know, because once you can find out what drives them and what really motivates them and gets their attention, you're really going to have a lot more ease with training. Excuse you. Don't chew that. I love how she stops and then looks at me like, what? What? So you guys, here's to a very late start, slow start to the day. And I think, honestly, today it's literally, that's embarrassing. He's standing right here. I think today is literally going to be a very slow here at the RV kind of day, because I'm going to go outside. Oops, sorry. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take the partial portion of the gate down. I'm going to collapse the rest of that table's legs. I'm going to pull the legs down, because the top of the table, don't sit anything on it, it's going to fall through. It's all completely broken all the way across the, I didn't realize there was like a cardboard, it's like cardboard corkboardy kind of stuff that makes the tabletop. And then it's wrapped with like batting and then faux leather. It's supposed to be an outdoor table. Yeah, that's not, it rained. We had it set up outside. The chairs I had set up outside. So the chairs and the table are now ruined. I sat in the one chair the other day and the center of the chair broke. So that one's a goner. The other one is still intact. It's bowed really bad, but it's intact. So I use that one to set across the doorway when I need the doggos to stay outside for a moment. Because they have to come up at an angle to get inside, and if the chair's there, they can't get past that angle. So we use it for that, to keep them outside when I need to like mop the floor or whatnot. Because you don't want dogs running all over your floor when you're trying to mop it. Oh my god. It is. She actually fell asleep. She fell asleep. But yeah, we're going to be taking her kennel out of here. She's getting better and better about laying down, as you can see. Before, you couldn't even get her to do this, where she just won't lay down in the middle of the day with anybody. But she's starting to where she lays down, and that's a big deal. So the goal is to get her completely out of the kennel by the time she's 6 months. The kennels are great to have, like when you're in a house or in a bigger place where you need a safe zone for your puppy, and like if you need to leave or whatnot. It's great. Crate training is amazing. And it helps prevent accidents from happening. That didn't work with Danny though, because she potties in the kennel either way. She has, now that she fits in the kennel, like, put it this way, now that she can't space herself away from one side of the kennel, she's not peeing in there anymore. And I kind of suspected that was probably what it was, that she had too much freedom, too much movement in there. And that's why she was peeing, because dogs will not urinate in their sleeping quarters. Like, they won't pee where they sleep. At least they're not supposed to. But she's been doing it since she was a baby. Like, we got her when she was 3 weeks old. So she's been peeing in her sleeping spot since she was a baby. She would just wake up and pee right where she was standing, and then she would lay right back down on top of it. So I had to be like super, super vigilant. As soon as she opened her little eyes, I would pick her up and take her outside, right? So pick her, move her outside. Sometimes I got peed on, by the way, because she would open her eyes, and within moments of her eyes being open, she would just start to pee. It didn't matter if she found a spot to squat or not. She would just start peeing. So I would, at some points, I would go to pick her up and I would just get pee all over me, because she'd just let her bladder go. Started to, right about 5 weeks, 6 weeks old, she started to catch on to hold on a moment to get outside, but not at night. At night, she would just wake up and pee right where she was. Her sister wasn't too fond of that. I finally had to get them into 2 separate beds, because Sadie kept getting peed on, and she wasn't too happy about getting peed on by her sister. And then she would cry, Sadie would cry because she didn't want to be in the wet kennel, which I didn't blame her because of course she didn't want to be pee-peed on. So once we got them into two separate beds side by side, and Sadie would sleep all night. From the time she was about 7 weeks old, Sadie slept through the night. Danny still doesn't sleep through the night. She's 16 weeks. Sadie is doing great, by the way, if you guys are wondering. She's amazing. So, but yeah. So we're going to call up, I think they're separating the two girls' surgeries. So we really, really wanted to get both of them done on the same day because that way I can just bring them both up there. But it looks like we're going to be doing two separate trips because I'm going to pick up Sadie from my cousin, because my cousin Tanner is the one that adopted her. I'm going to go pick up Sadie from them when she has her surgery, and I think hers is first and then Danny's. So we got to make sure we get that done. So Sadie will go, I think hers is 2 days before Danny's. Here's going to be the fun part. I'll need your guys' prayer on this one. So far we know that Danny's a hardhead, right? We all know this. She's a hardhead. She's extremely spastic. We have to keep her quiet. If you guys don't know what that means, that doesn't mean keep her from barking. Quiet means her activity level. So for the first 14 days, 10 to 14 days after surgery, you have to keep her quiet. So she doesn't bust any stitches or staples, depending on what they give her. Out here they do staples. So we have to make sure she doesn't bust her staples. And prevent her from licking at it. They do not out here, unless the dog shows in recovery. If they're in recovery and they show a want to mess with their staples in recovery while they're first waking up, if they start immediately messing with their staples, they will cone them. But if they go through recovery and they're awake and they eat something and drink something in recovery and don't mess with their staples, they send them home just like so. They don't give them a cone. They don't, none of that. So you're left with buying a cone yourself if you need it. So here's the thing. If we leave there and she's without without a cone, and then proceeds to decide to mess with her staples at that time, we will have to make a trip all the way to PetSmart to go get a cone. So cross our fingers that if she leaves without a cone, that she stays without a cone. Otherwise, let's hope that she gets a cone from them. Because if we have to go all the way to PetSmart, we have an almost hour drive that direction to go get it. And that would be a rough drive. I'd have to have Sarah sit in the back seat with her to prevent her from messing with her staples. Because of course you wouldn't be able to leave her here to go get it, because then that's an hour, 2 hours of time that she would be unattended with her staples. That would be a no-no. So we would have to take her with us. So let's pray that we either, one, they either send her home with one, or two, she doesn't need one if they do send her home without one. And then, of course, keeping Danny quiet during her recovery. But yeah, I can't wait to get it done so that we're finished with it. I don't think it's going to calm her down any. I don't think it's going to mellow her out any. I think that she's a high-strung dog, and that's just that's just what she's going to be like. Our new neighbors are here. Nope, they're gonna pull around, but wow, that's a cute one. It's a little Fleetwood. Well, they won't be our new neighbors for very long because we're getting ready to head out of here, but now they know where their space is. While their hookups are on the driver's side, most of the time, like, well, no, mine are on the driver's side, but no, they're not. Their hookups are on the passenger side. Almost all the RVs I've seen, the hookups have been on the driver's side. And I just realized something. When I go put gas in Barb, the gas access, like for the gas tank, is on the passenger side. My car, it's on the driver's side. So this is gonna be fun pulling Barbara up to get gas in her. By the way, anybody else, tell me, anybody else around here, is your guys' gas prices below $2? Because our gas prices are below $2, and that's crazy. I told Jay the other day, I said, I'm gonna go fill up Barb with gas. And he said, why fill her up? If you're not gonna be driving her out anywhere, why do I said, gas is less than $2 right now. This would be the prime time to fill up Barbara. Fill her up now. So that's what I'm gonna go do. When we get everything disconnected tomorrow. Are we doing it tomorrow? We're gonna disconnect tomorrow? No, we're gonna disconnect on the 4th, the morning of the 4th. Today we're gonna start tearing stuff down and getting stuff out of here that needs to be out of here. But on the 4th, when we disconnect everything, I'm gonna take the car over to our new space, park it up, and then we're gonna, strap everything down in here, and then we're gonna head over to go fill her up. And then when I come back, we'll come through the gate, get our new tag for the car, and then we'll go park in our new space. So I figure take Barb and go get gas in her, because you want to make sure you're starting up the RV every day. Just so that way her engine, for me anyway, because she has an old engine, keeping gas in the line. So, but yeah. They're all finished. They're all finished out there. I'll move the gate thing in a minute to allow them out. I'm not gonna rush it. She's actually sleeping, which is a huge change. She usually never is. But you guys, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go out here and start working on this gate. Get this gate taken down so I can we'll keep the smaller one up for now, and just take down the big, huge one. So that way we can start working on making sure everything's really like easy access to get it apart for when we leave in 2 days. So that's the fun part. And then I need to get the bungees out and start. When I got to pull certain things down, I've got a nice box that I'm gonna set all of our like books and stuff inside of. That's gonna set down at the bottom. As a matter of fact, I might even use the small kennel to do that. To set all like the books and everything inside of, so that way nothing falls. And I've already done my bunk area where I got everything like now repositioned, and I even moved my monitor to a different area so I could put the other fan up there. That fan's not going to stay there. It doesn't work. Like, it's on, but it's not blowing any air. Like, you try to feel air coming out of it and nothing. And it's spinning at like its highest setting, and you still don't feel any air. So I don't know why it's a crappy dollar store fan. So I guess when you pay for something, you get what you pay for. We kept trying to use it in here, and it was not working. We were not getting any movement of air in here. We were like dying in here. So that's what we get for getting something so cheap. But yeah, so I want to get a smaller fan that I can set up there in the bunk. That'll keep air moving in the bunk. Because that's a big deal, keeping air moving up in that bunk. Because that's where all the hot air ends up. Any heat that ends up in here all rises up into that bunk area. But yeah, and then we're gonna go move ourselves. So get ready, guys. We're gonna be in a new location, not a new location, but a new spot with a new view, and much closer to the laundry facilities and the showers. But yeah, you guys are awesome. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.